Welcome back. Chunky's on 106.7 The Fan. Remember, you can join us for Washington Game Day Uncensored at the Bracket Room before every Washington Redskins game. They play 4:25 against Zona. We'll be there at 2 o'clock before the game, watching all of the other NFL action, including the Broncos hammering the Jets. That's one of the 1 o'clock games. So join us 2 o'clock, Bracket Room in Arlington for that.
That's one we should do a money line on, EB.
What is that?
Broncos, Jets.
4,200 to win 1,000. I already looked at it.
Wow.
That's even worse
I'm
than
sure
the Seahawks.
Geno Smith and Mike Vick are going to beat Peyton Manning
I mean, they
and company.
have literally no chance. Put that in. That's the first half of my teaser for this week.
By
All
the
right,
way,
what is the line on it? What is?
10.
So I'll drop it down to 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the. All right, so I got the Broncos -4. First half of my teaser. That's part of my Friday fatty.
by the
Yeah,
way,
but you actually want to bet it with real American dollars.
Yeah, let it ride. He wins 40 or 50 bucks.
Jason already paid me 50 from last week.
Yeah.
Let it ride.
Well, I don't know if I see another big fat one like that. Who the Skins play? We play the Cardinals.
Just
Cardinals.
bet that one straight up. Just bet the Jets of the Broncos.
That's 3.5.
by the way, I wanted to mention that the Redskins do play the Cardinals. The Cardinals have the 31st ranked secondary. They gave up 479 passing yards. It was to Peyton Manning, but they're giving up 302 yards per game through the air. Sets itself up as a potential big day for Kirk Cousins. All right, it's Open Line Thursday. I believe we have somebody who wants to chime in on Jay Gruden. Then we're going to get to Cakes Hammered, interviewed actually outside the bracket room.
Yeah, I'm the next Dan Kolko.
Let's go to Khalid in Woodbridge. Hey, Khalid. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on again.
Hey, man.
Sure.
No, I think I wanted to say that I think Jay Gruden has a unique set of circumstances upon why people aren't necessarily looking at him for, to point the finger at right now. He's lucky that a lot of people feel like he's not playing with a full deck. You know, RG3 goes down at the beginning of the season. A lot of people are looking at it like, oh, okay, well, here goes another crappy season because we don't have what we're supposed to have. Which I think is a warranted excuse.
I think there's some of that. I think the biggest thing is the honeymoon period. I mean, he's only been here for a few weeks.
For sure, that too. But also,
the biggest.
if you didn't have the Nationals taking away some attention from the losing football team, there would be a media circus right now over the whole Redskins issue.
Well, it's coming. It's
yeah,
coming.
yeah,
They
for
keep,
sure.
They
Oh,
keep
yeah.
losing, Khalid. They keep losing, and that's coming.
That's definitely coming. And, I don't want to hear it again. I wish that you guys would win. I'm a Giants fan, but I wish the Skins would win just so that, the media in town could focus on football and not the blunders by the staff of the Redskins. But I think it's a conversation that needs to be had, why it doesn't matter which coach comes in here, why they keep losing.
Well, the problem is when we have that conversation, everybody just ends up blaming Dan Snyder. And that very well may be the ultimate issue. But I think it goes deeper than that.
Did you hear Santana Moss on
Thank you, Khalid. Thank you, buddy.
Grant on Monday?
Bits and pieces.
He said some really interesting
You mean
things.
with Chad?
I mean with Chad, yeah. He said some really interesting things.
I think we have some clips. Do you still have it? I saw a list of the clips that they're on the computer somewhere.
He basically said, look, you can blame the coaches all you want. You can only go through so many coaches. At some point, the players have to line up and beat the other guy, and we just got to win and stop blaming the coaches.
Right.
Yeah, and he said the coaches we've had have been really good coaches.
He's right.
Yeah, I mean not all of them. I mean Zorn wasn't a good
Turns
coach.
out the players just might not be that good.
But
Yeah,
Marty
we're good enough.
Schottenheimer was a good coach.
Coach
Joe Gibbs was a good
Shanny
coach.
was a good coach.
Shanny was a good coach.
But he said, look, we just got to go out there and win games and stop blaming everybody else.
Right.
If you can find that, Valdez, it was pretty interesting. But yeah, he made some good points.
Look, I hate to get into that because then it just turns into, it's all Dan Snyder, it's all Dan Snyder, and maybe it is. But that's just not going to change. I mean, we're stuck
You're
with
saddled with Dan Snyder.
We're stuck with them until we're dead.
He's not going anywhere.
Right?
And Dan Snyder was still the owner when they did actually go to the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah, but as Jason Reed from the Post calls it, that was a lightning in the bottle year, which their playoff runs tend to be. Like a LeVar interception that gets them going, a Todd Collins magical run, and an RG3 taking the league by storm. But there's no consistency. It's not a franchise that you can count on year in and year out.
There hasn't been a gradual build to a solid
There's a build to
year
nothing.
in, year out playoff contender.
Yeah,
But
every
here's
year it's
why.
a new circus.
But here's why. They haven't had consistently good quarterback play. And they thought by drafting somebody number 2 overall in RG3 that was going to be the guy, and now all of a sudden we're not even convinced
It's an
about
interesting
that.
point. So if they had, let's just say they had the first pick, they could have drafted Luck, who, nobody can argue anymore. Luck is better than Robert. They would be a better team.
I think they would have been in the playoffs.
So it
each
doesn't
season.
matter. So that would eliminate the Dan Snyder argument.
I think
See,
so.
others would say that no, Dan would find a way to screw up Luck.
Yeah.
I don't
Others
think
would
so.
still maintain that.
Right, like if Russell Wilson was picked, he would have come here. He wouldn't have flourished. He would have just been. He would have bombed out
Others
somehow.
would just say that, well, we would just ruin Luck. We would just ruin Russell Wilson.
I
We
don't
would
agree
just
with that.
ruin Peyton Manning.
Well, you'll never know, but
I think JP
Yeah,
might be right. I think JP might be right.
that if Luck's here, they go to the playoffs each year?
If they had a unique, truly franchise Hall of Fame quarterback that, stayed healthy for 10 to 12 years, then you wouldn't all just be blaming Dan Snyder. That could cover up some of those other flaws.
Yeah, I mean, you never know that.
If
you
you get
got to surround him with good players.
Right. If you get a franchise
And the culture's
quarterback,
starting to do that.
you have a shot to be in the playoffs every year. You're not necessarily going to be in the playoffs every year, but look at Eli Manning. He's not a top 5 quarterback. He's won a couple of Super Bowls, but generally speaking, they're in the mix. Last year was a down year, but they actually got on a roll after a terrible
they have a
start.
better franchise, they have a better front office, better. I mean, Tom Coughlin.
But they don't
great
necessarily
coach.
have better talent, like
Well,
offensively, if you look at it.
Yeah, maybe
they don't.
Maybe not the glamour.
Well, they did
positions.
when they were winning Super Bowls.
Right.
They were special. Their defense was special.
But just take a look at the two teams now.
Right now? Yeah, I mean, it's
But
probably
they're a
a toss.
3-2 team, and
probably a
they
toss-up.
play. The Giants play the Philadelphia Eagles Sunday Night Football tonight. They're going to be playing for first place potentially. Depends on what Dallas does.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't have a question at quarterback. Even
if the
after
Colts-
a ridiculously bad year last
Too
year.
bad the Colts just didn't get enamored with Robert.
Didn't fall in love with him.
Right.
Didn't fall in love with the wrong guy.
Right?
All right, so we're going to be at the bracket
We could be in
room.
a completely different situation.
Yeah.
We're going to be at the bracket room on Sunday
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock before the Redskins take on the Cardinals. Cakes was there on Monday for a Nationals viewing party. It was
Regrettably.
before the Monday Night Football debacle, although you actually slept in a parking lot
I did.
until 10:30.
The Trader Joe's parking lot. I mean, somebody could have just come and robbed me.
So you were
I mean,
downstairs. You were in the
I was
underground area.
in the garage.
You're probably inhaling a lot of carbon monoxide down there.
I'm just lucky to be here
Right?
right now.
And I guess you were interviewed. Do you remember what time you were interviewed?
Well, I think it was pretty far along in the evening.
This is while you're walking to Trader Joe's?
No. This is while we're
This is
still
in
at the
the
bracket
bar.
room.
Okay,
I
so
heard-
you're in the bracket
I
room.
heard 8 o'clock. This is
Okay.
This is
around
8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then
What
what
time
time did
did
you
your-
start?
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
What time did we start the appearance?
Yeah, 4:30.
4:30.
Yeah, so this is 3.5 hours in.
Like I should have already been gone.
You know what's
long
funny?
Gone
You know what's
from,
funny
from
about
the bracket room.
So he orders his first beer at, let's just say 4:30.
Yeah.
All right. I could tell that he's almost done with his beer, and I was going to go order a cocktail from the bar.
Yeah.
I said, Cakes, you want another beer? He goes, not really. I said, yeah, you're going to get another one. I said, I'll get you another one.
So
Bad
you're the one that
influence.
got him started.
Devil-
I got
Devil
him on
on
the
my-
second. I got him on the second, and that's when
Yeah.
he started to roll.
Yeah, devil on my shoulder over here.
I think so. I'm partly to blame.
Go ahead.
Name your name
Doug.
for me, please.
Cakes from the Junkies on 106.7 The Fan.
All right, so we're looking at this screen right here. Were you expecting to be standing here looking at a score like that after how the first 2 games went?
You would hope that the Nats would rebound from the first 2 games. They were weak, but they're getting back into the series now in San Francisco. So you're happy to see what you're seeing here at this point.
All right, as we've been watching the crowd throughout the game, and obviously we looked at everyone that left during that 18-inning marathon.
Right.
Had people given up ahead of this game, or you think this
I
is
don't
going
know
to pull them back in?
I don't know if they've given up. The 18 innings is a tough sled at that point. Especially for people who weren't ready to stay for 6+ hours in a Major League Baseball game. The Nats have to do what they have to do at this point. They have to go on the road. They have to win a few games to get it back to Nats Park. So they're doing what we hope they would do at this point. And
Solid analysis. First of all, borderline irresponsible journalism by Cam Thompson. After the first answer, he's got to think, well, this guy's a crackpot. He's inebriated. I can't use this audio. What am I doing here?
Are you really going to try
what
and
are we
convince
doing
us
here?
that you only had 3 beers?
Well, they were double strength.
I know, but you had to have had more than that. Maybe you forgot a couple.
I don't
He
know.
could have forgotten a couple. Hold on. Did that actually air on
No.
WNBA?
They had the sense to not
They
air
listen
that.
to that and they go,
Yeah,
we can't
they're
use
like,
it.
"Ugh."
How many cliches could you
Yeah.
have used there?
I
All
literally
of
said
them.
nothing.
I
You
know.
said nothing.
All I was trying to do was soldier through it.
They got to do what they got to do.
Get it back to Nats Park.
That's all I
that
had.
sounds
That's
good.
all I had.
I'll say get it back to Nats
Right.
Park.
They're doing what we hope they would do at this point, and they're hanging in there in Game 3 and trying to force Game 4, get back to Nats Park for Game 5.
You think they can do that?
I think they can, especially with the starting pitching that the Nats have at this point. You have to hope that they hang on at this point through Game 3 and Game 4 and get it back to Nats Park for Game 5.
Cam
All
should
right,
have
anything more you want to add?
said. Cam should have cut off.
No, you just have to hope that the Nats,
hoping.
they win 96 games during the regular season, and you have to hope that they bring it back to DC for Game 5.
Dude,
I feel like driving off a
that's
bridge.
the most hammered I've ever heard you, I think.
See, that is exactly what I try to avoid when we do a weeknight appearance. Because you have to wake up early.
Did you feel trifling the next morning?
No, because he
Felt-
slept it off.
Yeah, I think I slept it off. I was good.
How many times did he say we got to bring it home to DC?
I mean, it's
for Game
just-
5?
That was his
Bring it
thing.
home.
It's just
Gotta bring it
horrible.
back to Nats Park.
Oh, cakes.
Nats Park.
They're doing what we hope they would do.
Hey, everybody's got their rock bottom moments. That's pretty close.
And that literally was only three.
Hey,
So let's say
here's
6
my goal.
beers.
Here is my goal.
Jesus.
JP and Eric, here's my goal. At the JPO to get him just like that.
Oh, no. Somebody else could be wearing that shoe.
Oh, come on.
At JPO.
You said you only had 3 beers. We could easily get you there. That's my goal.
I'm guessing you had another one. Like maybe
He had more than 3.
Who needs to count, JP?
He had more than
Are
3.
stats really important at this point?
weren't you hanging out with Rom and Farley?
Yes.
Probably at
Farley
5.
likes to pound them.
Yeah, but see, he was smart. He was drinking Miller Lights. He was drinking wimpy beers. I was drinking a manly beer, and I
so-
paid for it.
I mean, I'm just going to give it to him. I'm going to say he had 6 because the double. I mean, I think
if you
after
give
6
me,
beers.
you give me 6 beers, I'm going to be the life of the party. That's a lot for me at this point.
Right.
6 beers
I think 6 beers is pretty good.
in a short
You
time
have to
frame.
hope that they hang on at this point through Game 3.
I was just hanging on to consciousness at that point.
What
from
time,
the sound of it.
What time had you told your family that you were going to return home that
Oh,
night?
I like.
Probably
Appearance
thought
is
they'd be
over
home at
6:30.
7.
I'd be home at like 8 at the latest.
What time did you get home?
I woke up at 10:45.
Still at Trader
By the way,
Joe's.
now it's 10:45. It might have been 11 because he used to say 10:30. Now he woke up 10:45.
We're getting into semantics. It was late. It was the third quarter of the Redskins game. How about that?
I'm surprised your wife didn't call 911.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised
Because
too.
she
wasn't that worried.
texted
She sent me a text.
She texted you how many times?
once.
Just once?
Yeah.
But she expected you home no later than 7:30
Yeah.
probably. And it's now 10:45 and she can't reach you?
Yeah. It's because I was in deep REM sleep
My
in the front
wife
seat of
would.
my car.
I'll tell you what, my wife would have been freaking out.
Yeah.
She probably wouldn't have called 911, but she would have sent me more than one text.
Troy Brown from the Washington Capitals joins us at 8:20. Remember, Paul Pierce from the Wizards joins us at 7.